Japan needs you. Japan is calling specifically for black men. I know you are saying why, Tasha. They say they need babies, and black men tend to make a lot of them.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren and I'm Maureen. Yeah, so in today's episode we found a very interesting video, and you guys, Japan wants you to go and help them repopulate their population. Yeah, and the biggest question we are asking today is Japan ready for a biracial society? You know, are they ready for how it will impact their cultural and social economic world? Let's watch this video and then we come back and talk about it.
Japan is calling specifically for black men. I know you are saying why, Tasha. They say they need babies, and black men tend to make a lot of them. After South Korea proposed last week $75,000 per baby that a family has, Japan is in desperate need, okay? And they are calling all black men, specifically immigrants, to come and impregnate their women so that they can save their dying population. I don't understand, because, you know, black men were once and still is on the inner side of the line, which means their lives, I mean, what are you going to guarantee us if we send our men over there to help save you? Could you imagine? Think about this. After everything they put us through, everything, y'all trying to take these men out. Now you need them to repopulate the earth? The United States is responsible for what's going on over there in Japan. Why should we be held responsible? And get this, they ain't even paying no money to do it. They're just saying, please, black men, immigrants, please come have babies with our women. Here's the thing. We're gonna need to run some tests, because it could be from what happened years ago as to why their population is down. You know what I'm saying? That stuff's still in the soil. It's still in the air. You already know what I'm talking about. What's that white man name that thought it was a genius idea to create the biggest bullet in the world? Oppenheimer. Yeah, that's his name. So why is it that, you know, y'all called him this, y'all called him that, you enslaved, you did this, and now you ain't calling for white men. You ain't calling for, you calling for to come save your community.
So guys, that being said, and Japan having clearly stated that it is in dire need of a population increase and they want black men to go and help increase their population, what do Japanese really truly think of black people? Let's watch and then we come back and talk about it.
In Japan, we think they're scary, but they're fancy. From my perspective. I don't know what other people think, but I think they're fancy, but I kind of a little bit scary.
黒人男性と交際ってできます。こちら。
Now that I've been living in Japan for a while now and kind of been in the dating scene, I think these videos should stop. I get that, like, before when I was in America watching them, I'd be like, see, Japanese people will date us, you know, they will like us. And then, like, when they say they wouldn't, I would genuinely get mad and be like, but why not? And after living here, I realized that, like, even though we see these videos online of like some Japanese people saying they would, when you get here, you're most likely not going to find them. And even if they get on those videos and say they would, most likely they're like, when they come face to face with you, they're not going to do it. Just already assume that they're not going to date you. Just already believe that they're not going to date you. And if they do, they're probably not going to take you seriously unless you're palm colored. And that's just the really real of it.
I'm gonna tell you a dirty little secret about Japan.
Now, it's common here for a tall, below average or average white Caucasian male to come and be fawned over like a king. He's so handsome, kakkoi.
I grew up in Tokyo, but around my place, there are no black people. And then, actually, when I went to Tanzania for the first time when I was in university, I was so scared. There are no Asians, and even I didn't see any like white people there. There are only black people, and I was like, oh, this is so scary. I don't know, I just felt so scary. And then people at the airport had a gun, and I never seen gun in my life, so I was like, oh, this is so scary. But after that volunteering, I realized, oh, they're actually really kind, and it's so nice to talk with them. But after that, I was studying abroad in Taiwan. I made a lot of friends, but black people friends there, like from Canada or from America. Also studying abroad in Taiwan, and actually I've dated
What stereotypes do you think exist amongst black people in Japan?
Can I go first? People think that I'm gonna like actually hurt them. I'm not even kidding. And somebody's not expecting me, and they'll just be like, oh!
Yeah, like within a meter of them.
Yeah.
Oh, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, too close.
In Japan.
You know what I'm saying? In Japan, man.
What did I say? Bikurishita. You really have to kind of like shrink yourself.
So you can't really be yourself.
But that's no way to live, man. That's no way to live. You know how like it takes more energy trying to please others, you know, in that way.
For the black people that want to move to Japan,
hey, do it.
Yeah. Like with anything, man, if anything in life, it's always good to experience it. Even if the outcome of it is a bad one, there's always something to take away from it.
But you gotta let them know. Make sure you do your research first, because if you come here and you don't like it,
it's on you, man.
It's on you, man.
If you're a loser back home, you can come here and find someone who actually thinks you're cool.
I literally had a guy in the club come up to me and he was like, "Are your black?"
Well, I actually used Tinder like 2 years ago. I hate it so much.
I downloaded Tinder, but the thing with Tinder is that they don't have the option for you to choose English. Basically, the only guys that swiped on you were the ones who could speak English, and they were the ones who were like more so practicing. When they wanted to take you out, it was mainly like, oh, I want to meet up for coffee so that you could teach me English. But when I downloaded Bumble, I was able to choose English. Half of them were like, oh, like, you know, do you want to go to a hotel later? And then the other half was like, I don't think that I would ever marry a foreigner. So if we date, it's just for like fun. You've talked me up for like months, and then you're just like first date or second date, you're like, by the way, I'm not gonna take you seriously. Even in the club, like the way they touch me, like a Japanese girl, they'll literally just kind of be like, but with me, they're just like, get on me, and I'm just kind of like, you guys don't ever take us seriously, do you?
You're married here.
Yeah, I'm married. Yeah.
So are you married with the foreign girl or Japanese girl?
Half Japanese, Filipino.
How was like the dating process here in Japan?
We just met up and we pretty much connected. Cause
if you are black, please come to Japan. I don't care if it's for a day, a week. You gotta know what it's like to be here while being black. I love it. I love it so much, honestly. I think my experience made me want to learn Japanese. Like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't have a reason to lie. I'm not getting paid to say this. When I got to Japan, I didn't want to learn the language. Why? Because I had Google Translate. But because being black in Japan is easy. It is so easy being here while being black. And I feel like if you're black, even hearing this, I know you want to come to Japan and see what I'm talking about. Listen, let me sell it to you. You can walk down the street, right? You don't get that one stare, and you know what I'm talking about from a distance. You go inside of a store, you're not being watched as if you're a criminal. I make friends easily in Japan. It's Americans here in Japan. I really only have Japanese friends. The only thing you might deal with while being black in Japan is random people come up to you, ask you for a picture, and everything you do will seem cool. Only thing. But yeah, I don't want y'all to take my word for it. Y'all need to come and find out for yourself.
So guys, welcome back. You've had to hear what the black people who live in Japan, what they had to say, and I'd say some of them have had good experiences. Others have not had that good experiences they were hoping to have. But in regards to today's topic, we are asking if Japan is ready for a biracial, intermarriages, like in large quantities. Yeah. So you guys, let us know what you think about this question. For those who've spent time in Japan while being black, also let us know what you think about this question. Yeah, but one thing I can say for sure is there's a widespread ignorance about black people and the black culture in Asia, of which I don't blame them. Also in Japan, because I don't blame them because, as I normally say, these people, they're used to they're only their race. They're not used to mingling with other people. But in today's society, you see a lot of black people moving there in huge numbers. Black people are everywhere. They're everywhere. So it's about time for them to start being educated about these things. And you had there's a lady there who said that she went to a club and there's a guy who, bald face approached her and asked her if she had black, nippies. So I'm just saying, these people are just very curious about black people and they don't care to hide it, which is okay. But this just goes to show you the level of exposure they have when it comes to black people. Yeah, the biggest thing I noticed with some of the clips is both black and Japanese people, they were saying that there is that fear of black people. My biggest question is, where is this fear stemming from? Where is it coming from? Because they just fear black people people for no apparent reason, but a majority of them have not mingled with black people until maybe some of them have gone to universities and have gone for exchange programs. That is when they get.
It shouldn't matter. I think my takeaway from this is America and white people know how to play PR, and in turn they've painted themselves very well in the outside world, and black people have been painted very badly, because for someone to just meet you in the first place and the immediate feeling they have of you is fear, it means whatever they've been consuming, materials they've been consuming in regards to black people, that is where the fear is stemming from.
Right. And there was another person who was saying, well, what is clear is that these ladies, I don't know why I feel like for guys it's much easier for guys to find relationships in Japan compared to ladies, you understand? And the lady was saying they don't take them seriously in relationships, and it wasn't her alone. I've seen a lot of clips like this. For Japanese women, I feel like they really, it's easy for them to love black men as compared to Japanese men loving black women, you understand? And another one was saying it's easier for colored people to be taken seriously in Japan. You ask yourself why. It's easy. And the other lady was describing about an average looking tall guy or below average looking tall guy. So long as you're white, if you go to Japan, they're gonna hold you on a pedestal, you're gonna be treated, and they'll funnel over you like a king, And you ask yourself, where are these two images coming from?
And it is because of these reasons we ask ourselves, much as they really want black men to help them raise their population, because it is known black men like having multiple children. Yo man, is this a stereotype?
No, it's not a stereotype. It's true. Even here in Africa, like Africans we have babies, we have
babies, but them to assume that a black man will have it's like assuming a black man will have multiple partners.
A case in point, look at Nick Cannon. One man alone has how many kids?
Okay, you've convinced me.
But you guys, I don't know. Let us know what you think about this on the comment section. But I'm saying because Korea passed a law that because they were trying to control their population and it was decreasing, for every household that has a baby, you are going to be paid $75,000. So can you imagine if that applied here in Africa, and then
Africans are already having babies for free.
I'm telling you, it would be a very booming business.
It would be,
There are households that have 20 children in the villages. They've given birth. Meaning, since you are married for 20 years, you've been conceiving, getting pregnant.
You're getting pregnant.
You're giving birth to a baby. That is
women
crazy.
who are very strong.
Right. So you can imagine, others will turn it into a business. Imagine such a household where you have 20 babies. That is $75,000 by 20.
And I think as the first woman, I don't know if she's a comedian, the first woman was saying they need to give black men incentive so that they can go impregnate
but I'll tell you for free, black men don't need incentive. So long as the woman is down.
The black man, he doesn't need any incentive.
They can leave their seeds everywhere. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Because right now in Japan already, most of them are marrying Japanese women, getting into relationships with Japanese women, and their reasoning is because Japanese women are down to earth and they do everything they want.
Their family.
I think that's why the government has not given them any incentive. They've just given them their
permission. So you guys, let us know what you think about this episode. I think we'll end it there. Thank you so much for catching our episode. We always appreciate you coming back and watching our episodes. If you've not subscribed, kindly consider doing so. We'll very much appreciate it.
Until then, see you on our next episode.